So the show is live now, Rafa. I just wanted to welcome you. This is the first time ever we've done a sport vlog. It just seemed absolutely natural to me that you were the first person to be invited along. You've become like my little brother in life now, and we've achieved something together. I think many people can talk a good game, but we're not like that. We not only talk a good game, we play a good game. So I didn't expect to be wearing these headphones, but I've got to be honest with the audience. It's absolutely peeing it down in Stockport. I'm sat here in my conservatory roof, under the conservatory roof, and it's just going pitter-patter, pitter-patter, pitter-patter. I was worried nobody would be able to hear what you and I had to say, so I chucked the headphones in, but I suppose we live and learn as we go along. I think, as people say, Rome wasn't built in a day. So, Rafal Lojewski, thank you for joining us today. I'm really pleased to see you here. And we're going to tell the world a little bit about yourself, which will be interesting. I have to start by saying to you, you look so well.
So well? What do you mean so well?
Well, you look so well. You look like a highly trained, finely tuned athlete, which you always have done since I've known you. But particularly knowing your wife as well as I do, she's an incredible cook. She says you've got a sweet tooth. I know she made a cake for me the other day to say thank you from both of you, and I can hand on heart say it was the best cake I've ever had in my life. So how do you stay so slim with a wife who cooks you those fantastic meals?
I don't know. I try to run something, or to do some jog or something like that. But now, because of the bad weather, I stay at home. Of course, I try to do something with kids, but when you have kids, it's impossible to train, to do some exercises here. But I know, hopefully, really soon they will open the old facilities and we can start the practice the season. And
we hope so.
Yeah, we can back on the court. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, but I try to do everything what I can, all best to stay in the good shape, if I can say like that.
Well, you don't know this about me, but I went to the barber's today and I got my hair cut, especially for you, especially for the show. At one point in time, I was going to be wearing the hat, which you always see me wearing, don't you? The sport hat.
Yeah.
But I went in and I said to them, look, can you make me look a little bit like David Ginola? Do you know who David Ginola is? David Ginola?
I follow you social media. Yeah. I know.
Yeah, he used to be a phenomenal player, played at the likes of Newcastle, played at the other clubs. I think they played at Villa at one point in time, certainly played at Tottenham. He was on more than a few shampoo adverts because of the quality of his hair, but the barbers just took one look at me and said, we're not magicians. So at least I look a little bit less like the Chewbacca today. So I'm glad to be on here with you. So another thing I was going to ask you, because we started off talking about your wife and her wonderful cooking. What is it? I think before I met you, I think I can hand on heart say I'd gone 50 years of my life and I'd never, ever had spoke to a Polish person. So I'm still learning all the time, and I'm delighted that you're a friend of mine. But what is it that, one thing I do notice is that in Poland, you don't have the same surname, husband and wife, do you?
Yeah, it's like different on the end. Like my surname is like Lojewski, and I on the end, and my missus is Lojewska. It's like a.
Yeah, and that's just part of the rules in Poland, is it?
Yeah, but loads of Polish people just change the surname in UK because it's much easier, to have exactly the same surname like your partner.
Well, I realised it must be a cultural thing, so I noticed that early on in the process.
No, I think in some countries like Poland, I think Bulgaria, a few others probably is similar, yeah. But in UK, it's a bit different, and in the United States, I think it's the same.
So let's start with the obvious question. The obvious question has to be Rafal Lojewski. Who is he? Where did he come from?
I'm from Poland, obviously. I played for volleyball like 15 years, maybe more. I don't remember exactly. I play in Poland, Germany. In the UK, it's a bit more hobby now, but a few years ago I met you and we start work together. Yeah, of course it will be a bit more difficult in the beginning for me because completely without the English. You give me the chance and we built the club. together, if I can say like that.
Well, I look at you, and I look at you with nothing other than pride, because you're quite right. When you first came to me, you always used to say, "Oh, Adrian, my Polish is so bad. Not my Polish is bad. My English is so bad." And I used to say, "Absolutely not, Rafa. It's spot on. And the more you practice, the better you'll get." And now we're holding videos together. You're doing team talks together. You're always speaking English and very fluently. So well done to you.
Thank you so much. It's definitely is a bit better, but still I need to work on my English. Yeah, but I came to your club just because of my missus, because when I don't remember exactly, but because probably it's your I seen your advertising on the Facebook about you looking for volleyball coach, something like that. And I told my missus, yeah, nah. I said this, no, it's no chance with my English. Definitely that guy don't want to hire me. Yeah. She said, no, you have to send your CV. Yeah, you have some knowledge. Yeah, even without the English, you can help the guy. You can help the club. Yeah, and just you can improve yourself. Yeah, and if I can just say thank you for her. Yeah.
Well, don't say thank you to us. We say thank you to you. And I think it's worthwhile just sharing with people the story as to how it all happened. Apologies to you, Rafa, because you've heard this all before. But 2015 was when it all started. Yeah. 2015, I can hand on heart tell you that I've never played volleyball. I might have watched a bit of beach volleyball at the Olympics, as many people do. But I went to see the in-laws. Over in a place called Yaya Captain, very, very close to the town called Izmit in Turkey. Unfortunately, the place where in 1999 there was that terrible earthquake. Yeah. But went there to see the in-laws. Me and my son Kaya decided, whilst we love being in the house and chatting with the family, let's pop across the road. So we popped across the road into a brand new sports hall that had been built. We used our gift of the banter to persuade the bouncers to let us in free every day. And for a whole week, we went in there, and unbeknown to us, it was the under-19 European Championships of volleyball, male volleyball. What a time we had. The Polish team were there, very, very strong, not surprisingly. We had a great time, and then we came back to England, and we just said, right, let's just see what is there in our hometown of Stockport. And incredibly, in Stockport, of all the towns around Greater Manchester, there was no volleyball club. So 2015, we set up the club from scratch. I set up the club. My son designed the logo, and that was the start of the journey. And I think it was in 2015 when we first met, Rafa.
Yeah, I think it was after a few months when you opened the club here. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, probably 2015.
And then you were the catalyst towards us becoming the most successful club that we could be, because I think arguably we're one of the fastest growing clubs in the United Kingdom at the moment.
Yeah, definitely.
Up until recently, we were probably the leading club in the northwest of England. This year, we're joined by Manchester Marvels, who've come into Division 1 with us. So arguably the two of us can both say that we're the leading teams in the northwest now. But tell the audience the story about NVL, National Volleyball League. Do you remember how it all started, and you coming up to me one day?
Yeah, I remember it wasn't easy, because Volleyball England not allowed for us to play in the National League, because they told us, no, first of all, you have to play in a local league, and maybe after 1 year you can join to NVL. But I remember what I said, nah, definitely with our players, because I remember after that I just sent loads of emails to all my colleagues, my the friends from previous clubs in UK, and like remember loads of great players joined to us, and
absolutely
local league wasn't level for them, yeah, and even Division 3 wasn't level for them, but we have to start. And I remember after a long journey, just they allowed for us to join to NVL, and I remember our first few games, we just smashing. We just wanted some games like till 2, 4, 9, yeah. But we have like great competitors. Like we have to play against Doncaster. Yeah, it was great team too.
And Doncaster is a good example. They've become great friends of ours. There's a phenomenal rivalry. In fact, last season was the first time we've ever beaten them over in Doncaster. But great rivalry, usually goes to 5 sets. Great team, great people, and more than a few Polish people in that side, isn't there?
Yeah. It's Doncaster, like it's more or less like 6-7 players from Poland over there. Yeah.
And I mean, to actually echo how good the story's been, we've first two seasons in the National Volleyball League, we got promotion, consecutive seasons. Last year, in our minds, we think we would have finished second. The algorithm that was used, I think ultimately it eventually put us down as low as 6, which we don't agree with, but we're not going to cry over spilt milk.
Yeah, definitely we can finish like second, third, but
absolutely. But we're excited about the future. We've now got a National Volleyball League women's team that when we do get that green light to get back playing in the sports hall, they'll be joining this year. And our academy, which has started from scratch, and you were great. I was watching videos the other day of you doing the training of the academy boys involved in that when you started. But they even got as far as final 8s last year, which unfortunately was called off, but that would have been at the National Volleyball Centre in Kettering. So the club's looking healthy. Still got more than a few challenges like every other volleyball club in the country, but things are looking good in general.
Yeah, we just need to setting up the new targets and our new goals and just looking forward for the future. Yeah.
Absolutely. So this year we're delighted you're back as one of 2 lead coaches now, taking the NVL men forward. You're joined by Cemal Acar, who's come from Turkey. Is that an exciting prospect for you?
Oh, definitely, because at the beginning in the Stockport, it was like first coaching job ever. Yeah, and it wasn't easy. Definitely wasn't easy just to play and to be a coach. Yeah, and now I'm really excited because I can learn something from Cemal because I know his experience. Yeah, he was a coach for really famous clubs in Turkey, and it's definitely he just want to help us. He will help us to help us to growing up our club, and hopefully he will gonna help us to have a promotion to Super League.
I think you're right. It is exciting. It's probably one of our highest profile coaches that we've had. Certainly the highest profile from abroad.
Yeah.
Like definitely. You say, he's got people like Karşıyaka on his CV, Fenerbahce. So
yeah.
Great pedigree, and hopefully he'll settle in the Northwest and working with you be a formidable team going forward. Yeah. But tell people, because obviously you've got coaching skills, Rafa. You've got playing skills. Which clubs did you play at before you came here? Because I think you had quite a good pedigree in Germany before you came to the UK.
Yeah, it was like in second division in Poland and Germany. It was loads of clubs. I think we don't have a time to explain everything. Yeah, just probably if you can Google it and find something about me. It's about my background, where I played before. Yeah.
And what about something that you and I have talked about quite a lot? Obviously, volleyball is a minority sport in the UK. Yeah. We can only look on with pride at what's happening in Poland because it's a lot higher standard, just as it is in Turkey's. But what's the main differences you notice coming over here from the standard and the whole sport in UK as distinct from Poland?
Everything is different. Yeah, even the sports venue. Most people in UK thought like in Poland we have like really bad facilities and everything, but everything is much better because volleyball in Poland is like national sport. Yeah, in UK it's like 6-7 sports in a queue, if I can say like that, and there's loads of things is much better. It's better organization, yeah, because here players have to pay fees for play. Just few clubs in UK like can afford to pay for players. Yeah, we know like Polonia, London. Every year they would like to play. They want to play in European cups. They pay they pay players some money. Yeah, and of course, it's few others like university clubs, but they offer some scholarships, and of course, it's good as well. Yeah, but Poland is like in the top 5 leagues or top 4 leagues in Europe. Yeah, I mean, it's even second division is like third division in Poland. I think the level is better definitely than first division in UK. Yeah, it's maybe better than level in most clubs in Super League. Yeah, just we can compare against like Super Polonia London. Yeah, it's quite difficult to say what is different. There's loads of things here, even practice sessions here. If you can manage 3 practice sessions per week, it's amazing. Yeah, because of course people have families, people have to work, and it's quite difficult to organize some time to manage too many practice. Yeah, but I hope we can change everything, because everything is better now, and you open the academy, because the most important is academy, the new players, the new youth players. Yeah, because in Poland, in every single school we have volleyball academy. I think it's the most important difference between Poland and UK. We have academies in the most school. I mean, from the primary school.
Yeah.
I know before Olympic Games in 2012, in UK was like being the similar program, but after Olympic Games, they changed everything. They cut off all money, and they just what they prefer UK, just spend money for football, rugby probably, and it's much difficult for basketball, volleyball, handball. Yeah.
So 2015 was when we started our club off, and around that time, if not before, what you did see around the Manchester area, which Stockport obviously borders Manchester, was more and more Polish people coming to the region. Has there not been a change in legislation or a change in financial incentives recently, something to do with Poland, that some Polish people are now going back to Poland that originally had come to UK? What is that that's happened?
I think it's because of Brexit. Yeah, because
is it?
Yeah, I think most people like they thinking that they will lose the job, or they have to back to Poland. I don't know. Of course, it's not true. We can stay in UK. Everything is like before. Yeah, but it's quite difficult to answer. But some people just in Poland it's a bit better now than I think 5 years ago. Yeah, but still it's not amazing. Yeah, but.
Well, I'm still loyal to the people who've gone back there. So one of our former setters sent me a link on Facebook last night to like his new company, and of course I was straight in there.
Yeah, like our previous player, he earned some money in UK. Yeah, he opened a company in Poland, and he's quite happy now. Yeah, because of course he back to Poland. He has a family around him. Yeah, it's quite important here, because if you live alone in UK, you're a bit sad, you know what I mean? Yeah, you're upset. It's much easier. Yeah, I have some family in UK. Yeah, even in my area, it's a bit better. It's a bit better if you can speak with someone, you know, just if you live alone in UK, yeah, without any family.
So I suppose it's you alluded to it before, Rafa, and that was the fact that we weren't necessarily welcomed by everybody in the early days. Stockport Volleyball Club, it was a bit old school, and because we hadn't earned our stripes, as we say, people didn't want to come and support us in terms of our application to join NBL.
Yeah.
Slowly it's changing. I still think there is certain people that haven't warmed to us necessarily, but we're just proving our worth on the court, and we're doing it across all the different generations. So I think that's very positive. But I think whilst we talk about this phrase of swimming against the tide, i.e. people might be going back to Poland, obviously not everybody, but some people might be going back. We're doing the opposite. We're keen to do more and more things with Poland. So you very kindly wrote a superb poster last week, which is going to be utilised in our marketing as a club. But we've also had some initial conversations with clubs, no formal partnership out there yet, but we've had some initial conversations. And through your talent, Rafa, you've approached and you've secured probably our biggest signing to Stockport Volleyball Club to date. Do you want to share the story about some of that?
You mean about our new great player?
Correct.
Yeah. It's definitely for us, it's a big step forward, yeah, because like you said, like people coming back to Poland, but we're doing opposite side. We transfer player from Poland to UK.
Exactly.
And he's a player who can play in the first division in Poland, yeah. But he chose our club. I spoke with him. He still can stay in his club, but he's just looking forward for a new adventure, if I can say like that. He would like to help us to have promotion to top division, to Super League. Guy with loads of experience, yeah. Guy who want to help us with academy, with everything. And because of that, we transferred that guy. We transferred Marcin, I can say his name, yeah.
Of course.
We transferred Marcin. His former club, of course, talking with us about the sponsorship. Of course, we need probably at least a year to sort it out, everything. But even now, they send us some players. Yeah, we can talk about it with some players. We can talk about it with some players about we can transfer more players from Poland because of that partnership, yeah. And we can send some hours players to Poland for some summer camps, yeah, what will be amazing if we can manage that. But of course now, because of coronavirus, because of the pandemic, is probably will be impossible. But hopefully soon we can transfer more players, not just one, and we can send some our players there, and some our coaches from academy go there to go to Poland to learn something, and just we can like build up everything, if I can say like that.
Excellent. Yeah. No, I agree. I think for everybody, but particularly for our juniors, some of the benefits they can get from that relationship.
Yeah, definitely will be
excellent.
Definitely will be. It's the most important to go for our juniors to go there. Even if we can send just one player to Poland to spend at least 2 weeks, it will be amazing progress, because we're talking with one of the best junior club in Poland. Yeah, even now. Okay, I can say like that. Tomorrow we'll have like the meeting with one of the best junior from Poland. Yeah.
Yes.
He had like the second place in Poland, I think 2 years ago. Yes. He just finished the school, and he thinking about to move to UK, start studying here and play for us. Yeah. Finger crossed, and maybe it will be another big transfer soon.
And what do you hold out hope for this season? What going into the season? Obviously, when coronavirus lets us back into the sports halls, are you optimistic about this season? Are you ambitious?
Absolutely, but waiting when they will open all facilities. I hope it will be as soon as possible, because it's quite difficult to wait. You know, it's just. We have to organize some trial sessions here. Of course, we need players. We can transfer some players, but still, we need some time to build that big club, to pay the players. We need to find some more sponsors, and if we can manage, if we can have promotion to Super League, definitely it will help us to find the sponsors, to find the better players. And for me, it's like my own goal for this season to have promotion to Super League. Of course, it could be difficult, but as you know, every year, league NBL looks different. Yeah,
Absolutely.
different players, different clubs. Yeah, and even till start the season, I think we can't say who will be playing the league, because I spoke yesterday with some of my friends from NBL. From Division 1, and I heard there's loads of problem with money in Division 1, and everything is possible. Yeah, and finger crossed for us, we can find a lot of good players and can manage promotion.
I think you're exactly right, Rafa. I've just had a conversation this morning about some of the Sport England funding. So Sport England has been giving out funding to some of the clubs that are really in financial difficulties now. We're just very grateful that particularly the venues that we use, I think we've got 5 or 6 venues now that we regularly do block bookings with, but all of them have been more than reasonable because of our relationship. And I think that's good for us. So we're not having the same constraints and the same difficulties that other clubs are having.
Yeah.
But like you say, it's interesting to see what comes out the other side.
Exactly.
I'm going to finish with one throwing you a strange question, because I know you're very good on all your volleyball questions, but just to show the world at large that you've actually got an interest in all sports, particularly sports to do with Poland. Do you remember when I approached you about we had the offer of a possible football player from Poland, and we had the possibility of working with that player and perhaps taking him on board to represent him. And this was a gentleman that was playing out in Poland. His name from memory was Alexandra Kristavo.
Oh yeah.
Story?
It wasn't bad, but definitely. That guy was suspended in Poland, I think, because of like he kicked someone or something like that. Yeah, and it was really funny when someone offer you that player. Yeah, but of course it's the manager's work. They offer the players for everyone. They play for everyone. Just try to sell it.
I think with our links to Romania, he'd been playing out
Yeah.
Rest, and we got offered him. And I still look at the expression on your face. Your eyes looked up to the sky, and you said, "No, don't touch him at all."
Yeah, I remember I sent you a video about that guy from Polish news. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
He was famous in Poland that time because, of course, of his behavior, not because of his skills. Yeah.
Well, Rafa, that's the end of our first ever interview. We're calling all of these people that we're inviting on. We're choosing them very, very carefully. You were a natural one for me to choose because of our friendship and everything we've done together, and hopefully everything we will continue to do in the future. But we're calling each and every one of these people our sporting genies. So thank you for taking part in the sport vlog today, and thank you for being our first ever sporting genie.
Thank you so much. It was an honor for me. Yeah.